Melbourne will enter a snap lockdown from midnight as Sydney's COVID cluster continues to wreak havoc interstate.
This is the worst kind of deja vu. Here we go again.
It's understood Victorian authorities are still in discussion as to the lockdown's duration. It's not yet known if lockdown restrictions will also apply to regional Victoria. It marks the fifth lockdown for Victoria since the pandemic began and the third this year.
It's not the news that any of us wanted to hear today. We have an ongoing dynamic situation. There's obviously a lot of work to do for my team.
Masks are again mandatory in Victoria and must also be worn indoors except for at home. The new rules were announced by the Victorian government after the number of COVID infections rose to at least 16 overnight. Victorians are fuming at their northern New South Wales neighbours. At least 8 of the new cases are linked to a crew of Sydney removalists who travelled and worked unmasked in Melbourne while infectious, and a family that moved to Melbourne from Sydney last week.
The next challenge for us is to see a drop in the numbers of people infectious in the community. We are seeing a level of stabilisation, but we need to see those numbers drop.
The Sydney outbreak now stands at just under 1,000 cases across New South Wales, with no mention of lockdowns easing in the near future.